Ladies and gentlemen, Schizo podcast, episode 43, and my name is Miguel. That's right. And this is the first time I am streaming on YouTube. So if you are watching on YouTube, thank you very much. Welcome. But I've always been posting on YouTube anyway, and Facebook. I've discontinued posting on Twitch because I can only post or I can only stream two platforms at the same time. And since I am trying out YouTube, I have to disregard Twitch. Anyway, that's that's it for the announcement. For the topic at hand, actually, I don't have a particular topic because there's just so many things that happened this week alone that is fucked up. Let's just enumerate that. The Cynthia Villar thing, all those awful things that she said about the frontliners, and also the Phil Health situation, all those corrupt, all those corrupt things that I am hearing every single day, ever since it popped up. It's always been there's a lot of memes about it. There's a lot of new things that we're discovering, all the statistics, all the correct information that are surfacing, and everything's bad. The Beirut explosion, is that how you pronounce it? The Beirut explosion, which is really bad, and the animals crossing, ostrich, peacock, and all that, and Duterte not firing the field health, whoever that guy is, and all these other things that's just making us feel like, and considering myself, making us feel like there's no more chance for us to get back on these things. And the MECQ is another prime example, and of course the increasing number of cases in the Philippines. And actually, in the Philippines, we are now number one in Asia in the number of cases. Is it the number one, or is just the number one in terms of rate? I'm not sure. I'll get back to that later. But the biggest news actually is that Bloomberg just today uh, put out an article that says, this is Koji, by the way. He's having nightmares. But yeah, they put out a article that says the Philippines is now in a recession. Yeah, and the GDP, our GDP, has gone down 16%. So that's a huge thing, and it's a huge announcement that might make us say that maybe maybe this life is not worth it. Maybe uh, everything is just falling apart. Everything's negative everywhere we look. May it be Facebook or legit news source, if there is such, is all negative, and it's hard to be positive when all you see is negative. And that's why I am here to really say that, or maybe encourage us to maybe feel a little bit of hope. I know it's hard, but I do feel like, there's this saying that I've always believed in: the night is darkest just before the dawn. And so, right now, it seems like everything's falling apart, everything's negative. Right now, basically, the night is at its darkest. Maybe it's not even the darkest, it could be darker. Things could even get worse. But still, what I'm saying is we are nearing that end, or we're nearing that point where it's very grim. Everything's just negative, and I think the time where, or like the point where we're gonna turn this around, is just at the corner. And I'd urge every one of us to not give up. I have friends who I am in close contact with. I talk to them in group chat. I have no I have no friend right now who I am talking to in person, so it's all in just chat and all that. But a lot of them are just feeling hopeless, and I understand why. It's just so many things that are not happening in our if you've planned 2020, if you have great plans for 2020, maybe travel, maybe a business venture, or maybe doing something with your family, with your friends, or doing something, or maybe you thought 2020 is the time when you're gonna turn your life around. Maybe your life has been shit all the way through 2019, and you said 2020 is gonna be amazing. This is gonna be the time where I am going to pick myself up, get my shit together, and really make my life amazing. And all of these things happen. And so I would understand if you're sitting there or you are feeling like maybe it is hopeless. Maybe I should just give up. Maybe now is the time for me to just call it quits and just fuck life, you know. And I'd urge you not to do that. And I'll tell you, this is not the time to give up. I think the positive things, or like the time when we turn all of this around, is just around the corner. I may I may not have any evidence right now to back up my claim that uh, it's gonna be great soon. I may not have that evidence, but I'm just going by principle that you know if things are going really bad, great things may be just around the corner. So that's all I am basing this point on. And so forgive me if I don't have concrete evidence of that, but maybe sooner or later I can give you. But that's all I can. That's all I can give you as of the moment. But yeah, so please don't give up, and just hang in there, guys. And by the way, this is all just a setup for something that I'd like to present to you guys. This is something that I'd like to offer, and I think this is a good thing. And I've I've always thought about this ever since the episode that I mentioned the challenge accepted thing, the challenge where no one is really challenged, the challenge that that vain people would run towards. The challenge where you just post a photo of yourself in black and white, and you know, I'd admit some of those black and white pictures I may have masturbated on because some of them are in bikini photos and they're kind of dirty. But yeah, so my point is, um, or what I'm trying to present to you is another challenge. It's an alternative challenge. It's a challenge that may challenge us a little bit. I don't know about you, but someone like me, I hate talking on the phone. I don't like I don't like calling someone. I'd rather text, and I'd rather just comment on their Facebook or Instagram. I enjoy that, or talk to someone in person. I really don't like uh, talking on the phone. So in this is a challenge where, or actually, this challenge I call this challenge the phone a friend challenge, right? So what we're gonna do is just just call a friend, or it doesn't even have to be a friend. It could be a loved one, a relative who you haven't talked to, or yeah, a friend, and just talk to them. Just tell them ask them what's up. It doesn't. You don't really have to talk to them for that long. It could be just a 5 minutes or maybe 3 minutes conversation. Just 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 let them know. Just to let them know that you're there and that you care for them, and whatever burden that may have, you are there, and you can shoulder a little bit of the load. Because right now I think a lot of us, especially because of the MECQ, we don't have anyone to vent towards. We don't have anyone to vent to, right? And I think that's very important. It's important for us to share our burdens. It's important for us to tell other people what we're going through, so that uh, we can we can feel like someone is there for us, and especially with this pandemic and a lot of the social distancing, we it's hard to talk with a mask on, so it's just taking a lot of effort for us to, or like it's kind of taboo right now to talk to someone. Like I try to talk to like when I go out, if I try to talk to someone, I have hesitations because what if in my mind I'm thinking, what if that person doesn't want to talk to me because he or she is paranoid of having the disease? Because I'm a stranger and potentially I could be a carrier of COVID, and so maybe the people would like to stay away and not talk. So I think technology is there, and since that's all that we have right now, especially during the MECQ, I urge every one of you to, pick up the phone. It doesn't even have to be a phone. You could use your computer, call someone through Zoom, through Messenger, or whatever app that you have that you're using to connect to someone through voice call. Go ahead, use that. And by the way, you don't even have to announce it. You don't even have to tell everyone that you're doing it. You could just do it regardless. You could just do it and make a difference to someone and not announce about the good deed that you did. You know, you don't necessarily have to brag. Not really brag, but you don't really have to show everyone that you're doing a good thing. You don't. It's not a, you don't have to be a pakitang tao, kumbaga. So you can do that without announcing to anyone, and it's totally acceptable. And you can challenge that person who you called, and hopefully that person who you called do the same thing to other people, other friends of his or her, and that way we can really make a difference in our society, and maybe make a difference to that person as well. You don't know if it's mental health is a tricky part. A lot of people have been posting about that recently. uh, you don't really see when a person is struggling. The person could be laughing, you could be happy on the outside, but you may never know that that person is struggling on the inside. So it's a good thing to try to talk to as much people as we can, and hopefully we can make a difference to that person. And so yeah, this is a challenge that I'm this is I know this is a challenge that would really challenge us. So I don't think this will really pick up. I don't think a lot of people would be willing to to really be challenged in a way. So this is unlike the Bayad Utang challenge that I did before. That was kind of like a joke, and but it's kind of a serious thing. But yeah, so this one in particular is something that I am really serious about. I think this is something that can really help us. No joke. I think this is something that could help, and this challenge is something that I'm actually gonna do myself. So the challenge is very simple. Just call someone in a day. It could be in the morning. Could be at night. Just call one person a day for 1 week. So that's 7 days. Just call someone and just ask them how they're doing. Or it doesn't really have to be a long conversation. Again, as I've said, it could be just a 3 minute call, a 5 minute call. If the person that you called uh, felt like sharing or prolonging the conversation, then that's a good thing. It means that that person is also itching to talk to someone, and so that could be a big difference in our society right now that's experiencing a lot of negative thoughts, a lot of negative news, a lot of bad news, and hopefully that can alleviate some of the stress that we as people, as human beings in this time of pandemic, are feeling right now. So I hope it could reduce some of the stress, and I hope it really picks up, and we as people do make a difference to our fellow people. Yeah, so that's it, and that's all I'd like to talk about for this podcast. And again, I'd look right now. I look directly in the camera to you. I'm looking at you guys. If you are watching, I'd like for and I urge you to really take this challenge, this phone a friend challenge, just just for 7 days. You know, once a day for 7 days. Talk to someone, call someone. It could be a family member. It could be a friend. Could be a stranger. Maybe that would pass. You know, you can call them and just talk to them for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or even less. Just ask them what's up and make sure they're hanging in there. If you're a Christian or if you're whatever religion you have, if you have a religion that prays, then ask for them if you can pray for them, you know, and then I am very sure that that's gonna make a difference to that person, and also try to challenge them, and hopefully it spreads, and that way we can we can really help a lot of people in our own little way. Yeah. So it doesn't have to be a paid phone call. And by the way, I think Globe and Smart, they can you can right now you can call to people free, right? In this time, no, correct me if I'm wrong, but like, yeah. So just try to call them if you can. So 7 days, once a day. That's all I'm asking, and you can challenge other people as well. You can post about it. You can use the hashtag phone a friend challenge, whatever. You can use that and challenge other people as well, and hopefully it spreads. But you don't have to. You don't have to. You don't have to post about it. You can do that and never post anything that you did that. You don't have to announce it. You don't have to let people know that you did it. You don't have to tell people that you did a good thing, that you did the right thing. The important thing is that you do it. So that's it. If you post it or not, it's up to you. But hopefully that you do it. Personally, I'm talking to you. Hopefully you can do it and make a difference to 7 people in 7 days. I'll do it tomorrow, and hopefully we can do it together. That's all. That's episode 43 of Schizo the podcast. Again, I'm Miguel, and I'll see you next week, Tuesday. Hopefully some good news come along and I can talk about that. Right now I just don't want to talk about negative stuff, so that's all I want. That's all I wanted to say. Thank you very much and good night.